Hello, everybody. CatShe1383 with CatShe Gaming, covering the Epic Store Holiday Free Game Event, Day 12. So, Epic actually gave a really interesting title today. I mean, they've been giving some really nice titles for the last few days, and this one is no exception. Fist, Forge, and Shadow Torch. I think I'll forego the bit because I don't know if I can. It's really hard to make that fit with the 12 days of Christmas, so we'll just forego that for now. So, Fist, I'm just gonna call it Fist because that whole entire thing is just way too long to repeat multiple times in case I do, is a Metroidvania video game developed by TIG Games and published by Bilibili. I thought it was released this year. Maybe I'm thinking of a different version, but it was released last year. So this game, though, it is an indie game, and it looks amazing. I'm always going to give props for props are due when it comes to indie titles, especially on their visuals, because that's something really hard to do for smaller companies. And on top of that, it has some really good music. And it definitely goes with the situations that you come across in the game. So, I guess the basic starting, I guess we'll say synopsis, is that you play a former soldier whose friend is taken prisoner by an occupying force called the Iron Dogs, who appear at this point, at the very least, to be robotic dogs. They're not dogs in armor, but they're dogs that are robots. And in order to go rescue them, you put on an old piece of equipment that the bear Ursa was able to fix in the shape of a fist. So on top of this being a Metroidvania where you come across different upgrades in which you come back and you go through different doors, it also has a bunch of RPG elements where you unlock combos and stuff like that through coins and other bits of currency that you earn by destroying enemies or finding along the way. Adding level to the gameplay outside of that of what you might find with, say, a Metroid game where you just find upgrades to progress. While this adds an ability to fend off other enemies or newer enemies as you come across, or the need arises with different newer moves. Now, the one thing that I guess I did find negative about it are some weird camera transitions, both in-game and while playing it. The camera doesn't always pan up fast enough, and if you jump up a frame fast enough, the camera will not follow you fast enough, causing me to run into one or two situations where I took damage because it didn't keep up with the movement of the character. And then there's the cinematics where they have weird times where they'll shift the camera around in the middle of the cutscene, and it's kind of disorienting, and it I don't know, it just doesn't make sense that they did that. But as far as I can tell from about the hour and a half that I played, that's the only real negative, other than some really bad, I guess, fur dialogue, where they're called Furtisans, and then they had one for all and fur for one. Yeah, it was bad. It doesn't happen too often. Yes, you're going to hear the word Furtisans a lot, but it isn't nearly as bad as the one for all. So I would definitely recommend getting this game from the Epic Store today. And it's free until 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. So go and pick it up. Don't miss out on this one. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Have a good one.